Hello everyone. This is for my subscribers. I like to talk about some stock market stories. Today I am going to talk about GameStop. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a science person, so you should not get financial advice from me. But I like to talk about stories. Therefore, I'm going to tell you stories fight between investors and retail traders. Investors like a filthy rich people, some bad guys, not everybody, I'm talking about some short sellers, and retail traders like people like me and you. Okay, so you heard about this company GameStop. This is an online video game store, but in 2019, especially because of all the online stores and Amazon, this store was in trouble because they were not getting much benefit. So during that struggle time, people thought that this company is going to be bankrupt. Okay, but that's the time during 2020 COVID hit. You remember that during COVID time things were different. Everything was locked down. So people were stopped going to malls. There was no movie theaters. Travels were having restrictions. So shopping was not there much, right? So everything was locked down that time. So that is the time GameStop was struggling. So you can imagine if you close all the stores for an year, where do they get money to pay rent, right? So GME is their stock's ticker symbol, but GameStop was also struggling. So many people thought that this company is going to be bankrupt. Okay, so some bad guys tried to bet against this store, and that's a story we are going to talk about. As they assumed that this business will fail. Okay, for instance, I'm going to give an example, right? Suppose you have a neighbor, and this neighbor left, like he has gone traveling or something. You thought he's dead or something, he's not gonna come back, but he has a car. So you decided to sell this car to somebody and get that money. It is not your car, but you told this person to come back next month and pick up the car, right? But you did not sold this not only one person, but you told this same thing to multiple people and got that money. But unfortunately, the person came back, your neighbor came back. In that case, those people, whoever you got money from, you're supposed to give them cars, right? So you didn't sell it for one person, you got money from multiple people. So you need to find cars for all these people. So this is the story behind. Similarly, right, in the stock market, some people do things like that. This is called naked shorts. The short sellers sell shares without owning them, right? So why I'm talking about this story is I used to live in New York City, Manhattan, and I had a lot of friends in a different field. Couple of friends in financial districts like a Wall Street friends, right? So these are really really rich people. Like for instance, they live a very posh life. They live in Fifth Avenue, Madison Avenue, like a big luxurious $1 million apartments, and they have like a dinner, $900 one plate dinner. That's their lifestyle. I used to wonder like how they get money, right? For instance, if they work 1 hour extra, they can get like $800 to $1,000, like that kind of people. Like some of them, not everybody. And one of them, like I remember, if they have to move from one company to the other, they will pay them 6 months to not join anywhere, because to not to share any secrets from that company. Does that make sense? So anyway, I had multiple friends, right? So I seen them in like in their laptop, they have like all this stock investing portfolio and all kind of things, like all these charts and beautiful charts. So I was so fascinated by this, right? I am a science person, but I used to ask them like, oh, what is it like, can I learn all kind of things? But they'll say like, no, you cannot. You just stick with the science and get some consulting jobs or something for extra money. This is not for you. That's what their answer, right? Like, I always was fascinated. Then I thought, I was kind of disappointed, but anyway, so I was curious about that. Okay, I at the end I moved on from New York City to another state and I started working. Anyway, during COVID time, I got time and I started learning, because everything is in YouTube, right? Nowadays, we can learn everything from zero. So I started learning about stock market. I started listening and I started learning about that. And I once you moved from one job to the other, like you can take the return, like you know that, right? Usually when you go to the first job, you have some retirement money, but as long as you are staying in that job, you cannot get that money, because it's kind of like their tricky business. This is like their buddies will handle their financial things. Anyway, so we cannot take the money, but once you move from the job, sometimes you have like a 3 months restriction or otherwise 1 year restriction. You can take the money not to yourself but to another retirement account, like Fidelity, like a TDM Retreat, or now it is Charles Schwab, different things. So I did that during the COVID time. I transferred my money into TDM Retreat and Fidelity, so that, like, I put some money, like I wanted to find a job and relocate somewhere to buy a house. So I used that money to learn about stock market. So I bought some stocks, like everything. Anyway, this friend story, right? Okay, coming back to, so I used to keep in touch with these friends once in a while. So during the COVID time, once one of my friends talked to me. That time I told, like, I started learning, investing in, like, buying stocks and selling, all kind of things I was talking. So he was wondering, like, he was very surprised. And then he told, like, he was asking, like, what stocks I buy and all. I had, like, at first I started with Apple, Procter and Gamble. I remember AMD, UPST. I remember all those stocks, right? So I was talking about. During our conversation, I told, I think it's the first day, I mentioned that, like, I have GME stocks with me, right? The moment I said GME, he just become like really hostile. It's kind of like, I don't remember that incident, but I remember something like he got really, really angry and irritated, right? And he told me, oh, you should sell that stock. You need to, when the market opens, next day you have to sell the stock as soon as possible, right? He was just insisted, like demanding me to sell the stock. Okay, so I was thinking, like, if somebody, like, of course, this person or these people, they were in my friends group, they were not willing to, even if I ask something, they act like that is for them, that is not for me. Does that make sense? That kind of attitude. So I never had that 100% trust in that person. So whatever source I was looking, and so I thought, like, I bought this stock, I'm gonna keep it for a little more time, I'm not going to sell that time, right? Anyway, after, I remember a couple of times he called and mentioned that, like, you should, did you sell it and all kind of thing. Anyway, later I stopped talking about it, and it's done. This is in 2020, late 2020 or 2021 story. I think it is 2021. And in 2021, later sometime, after COVID lockdown, right, there is another incident. He called me and he accidentally told me another story. But I realized that now He didn't want to share that information, but he accidentally told me because he was very frustrated. Okay, here is the story. So during COVID lockdown, people were not traveling. So a lot of rental car companies, right? So when people travel, they can pick up the car and go anywhere. And if there is no flights and people are not traveling, so these rental car companies cannot survive. So I think one or two companies already they are run out of business during that time. That's what I believe. So they thought that there is another company. I believe it is Hertz. That's what I am hoping. It's not in my memory, but when I looked at it, this is what I'm thinking. So this company, they thought it's running out of business like in an year or so. So whoever these short sellers, they tried to short this company and make it bankrupt. So my friend told me he was angry, he was frustrated. He said, oh, I thought that company is going to be bankrupt, but that company's stock prices rising in last 1-2 weeks, and he had to buy back the stock. He told me he bought I don't know, hundreds of stocks last week, and he had to find money to buy like more stock in a couple of weeks or something like that. And I was looking at the stocks and I was saying, yeah, it may go to, because it went to this is this chart, right? I was looking at, I think this is what I'm thinking, because I was looking back this. So according to this chart, this was around $20. That's why during COVID time, it was just really struggling. Then it going up and up, and it's hit to $46. That means if a person sold the stock for $20, they had to buy back in $40. Does that make sense? So you have to understand, these people are not selling one or two stock. These are thousands of stocks. They get tons of money. Once this company become bankrupt, they don't have to pay back at all. They just can, in the tax return, they don't have to say anything, because how many thousands or millions of dollars, or I don't know, how many dollars they gain, this will be in their pocket. So everybody become greedy, because they used to do this for a lot of companies I don't know, Sears, old companies a Radio Shack. I don't know, maybe those business were bad, or I'm not sure though. I don't have that history, but I believe a lot of recently Bed Bath and Beyond, all those companies, once they struggle, they try to short sell and run out of business at the end, right? Of course, I cannot blame only these people. Also, company may be sometimes not doing well. Anyway, that's a different story. So I didn't realize what my friend do, right? I didn't know okay, these are Wall Street guys. This is what they label. We don't know what they do actually. So so when he mentioned this story, that's the time I still didn't get it. That time, okay, I advised him, this is really going high. You should buy, otherwise it will go above 100. So he was really okay. Anyway, that's a story. I remember one time he during when I was in Manhattan, within our friends group, he was mentioning that he has to travel to Italy to meet a family to get about, I don't know, 25 lakhs, or sorry, not lakhs in India, $25 million for his bank. So the bank is sending him to get money, right? Does that make sense? So that means he is also these kind of people, but I didn't know that it's a hedge fund or it's a short seller. I didn't know anything about that. Now, when I think about it, I think he is one of the short sellers. Maybe these people all are connected. They are linked. They works like a network. I'm not sure whether they have a newsletter or a text message or an email, or I'm not sure how they figure it out. this one company, when they target one company, everybody will have that information and everybody will target and just attack. That's what I understood, right? Anyway, so similar story, like old incidents happen, like for instance in 2006 2008 time in Europe. This is not in US, right? It is in Europe. Volkswagen, German car company, that they were struggling. So that time everybody thought that, like, oh, that company is going to be like bankrupt and all kind of thing. But Porsche secretly started buying all their shares because there were limited number of shares. They actually gain about 40% of their share. You can read that, okay? Google about Volkswagen story. You can get it, like you can get that information in a very simple method, like manner, better than my explanation. But anyway, it's good to know. Please go ahead and read all those instead of, wasting time in like a TV or I don't know, whichever, like movies on. These are very informative. Anyway, so these people started buying these stocks, and at the end, about 2020, I think this happened in 2026, they started buying, and 2028 they had around 40% of their shares, right? Later, German company saved them or something like that. But short sellers started shorting this company. They are selling without owning the share. They sell all this, Anyway, when this Volkswagen was saved, the business was not going to be bankrupt that time. That is the time the short sellers have to buy back the share. Now the problem is there is no share in the market, so the price will go high. So their price was boosting from 200 or 250 to $1,000, right? In 24, 48 hours, the price went up to that. So similar stories. Look, people know about all this. Like people who work in Wall Street and all these financial business bankers, all these people know these stories. Anyway, come back to our GameStop story. So during this COVID time, this company was struggling. So one person, like, of course, he's the guy like Ryan Cohen. He came as a board member in 2021. Later, he became a CEO, all these stories. But anyway, the company is in charge of, he is taking care of. But another character in this story, his name is, he's Keith Gill. This guy actually did a lot of investigation. Maybe he's a financial analyst. That's what Google says. So he did his research and he figured it out. There is a lot of stocks are selling in market, then it's an unusual activity, right? So also the bank, it's during COVID time, the stores are in struggle. GameStop is in struggle, company is in struggle, but there is nothing, it's not like they are portrayed, right? So that's the reason he started doing some more digging, investigation, and he figured it out. That is not like that. I thought he's a teenager or something, but not. When I looked at it, he's 37-year-old. He's an adult guy, and of course, anyway. So he has social media, like one of them, and old Twitter, like X. Roaring Kitty was his account. Of course, most of you already know that this is the video for whoever not knowing all these stories, okay? So the Roaring Kitty, this guy, Keith guy, he started talking about this story. He said, I like GameStop because he used to go and buy video games and everything, and I'm going to buy a lot of stock. You have to understand, the stock price fall into $1. So it's easy for people to buy $1 stock. Does that make sense? Like it's like, okay, people go buy like $5 worth of Starbucks coffee like every day. Some people, right? They can spend like $1 easily. So he started buying the stock and told this to social media, in YouTube and all, to people. People started knowing. Like now you know that, like if you talk about anything in internet or like in YouTube or any other social media, people like a young generation, like unlike old generation, and generation is very receptive, and they are like, they jump into things like that. Our life is changing. This is not like a library, or we don't have to go to the bookstore to get information. Everything is at our fingertip. So retail traders got this information, and everybody, like even like teenagers, started buying this. I don't know whether teenagers can open the account. Sorry about that. I don't know. Whoever adult people started buying this stock, right? So he sent all these messages like, okay, it spread like to everybody, and people started piling up. At one point, the stock from $1, it went to $4, and then it went to $65. Like, of course, it's going from 4, 5, 10, 20, 50, 154, $300, and 300, and I don't know, just around $350, right? Or 400. So it's like in 5 days, it like went so high, the rise of GME. This happened in 2021, I believe, right? In January or February, something like that. So that's a story. So it happened. So these short sellers, they were pissed off. They were like so angry because they are losing money. Think about it. If you bought a stock for like you short sell from like, I don't know, $1, $2, the stock was really cheap. They didn't even buy that time, right? They are assuming that this company is going to be bankrupt. So if they sold like 1 million stocks for $1, even, I'm sure it's like higher dollars they sold. So $1 million, that's in their pocket. So they didn't buy the stock, right? But now it is like a $300 or something like that. They don't want to buy, like cannot, right? Like I don't know. They can, they have to, but they're really angry with that. So they made big problem. Like, these are smart people. Like they have so much influence in like a media and all those places. So they did like so many, I'm not sure what they did, but what I understood from reading is my research is he actually blamed this guy, Keith, Roaring Kitty, and he had to go to the, I think, Capitol Hill to, what happened and why did you buy that stock. They end up in questioning him. Does that make sense? It's like a normal guy like you and me, but he had to say that like, oh, I bought it because I love this stock. So anyway, and there are a lot of other people involved, like businessmen, right? Like Kenny Griffith, like all kind of people, like a Robin Hood CEO, like all these are like, I always thought that these people look like Robin Hood CEO and Roaring Kitty look alike, but not. They're not at all. Anyway, so these people, a lot of big businessmen involved in this. These are networks, right? These were against him and all the retail traders, and they are blaming all these people. And they become like everybody whitewashed, like all the news channels said they're like, oh, these are like that's their buddies, right? Like I said, like they give like millions of dollars to donation to these news channels, and because they are very, very rich. I'm not talking about these people like a lot of people, right? That's what I'm saying generally. So they give like a lot of donation to people, and also therefore whatever they say, that's what they were gonna say, release in their media. Anyway, everybody thought that it's over. Of course, according to them and the people who were like a short sold, they were saying like, oh, I did cover, everything is hidden, right? But truth is, it's not over. They didn't buy back the share then, and they didn't buy back the share yet. That's what I understood after my research, okay? With my limited time, I dig down, and what I understood, and I don't think they buy it. Okay, anyway, they are hoping that one day GameStop will run out of money and that company become bankrupt so that they don't have to pay this at all. Does that make sense? That's what their hope. So they thought that like, okay, but the retail guys started buying the stock one by one. Like, the stock came back to like later they did stock split, stock charge reduced to like I think 40, 50, 30, then it's going to short down to 20. At one point I believe it came to 10, $12 also, right? Anyway, after that time, like a lot of people started buying. And now, of course, more than the stock, real stock numbers, now the stocks are in market. But anyway, most of them bought, right? And some of the big guys during this time, this is happening in 2021, later 2022 all this year, 2023 all year, and early 2024, right? This is 2024. So big guys are start selling the stock, so they are publicly saying like, yeah, I'm getting rid of things. And so everybody thought that it's like kind of faded, but some people started to keep buying. Some people just ignored those things, right? This is what the story going. But later, once in a while, there will be some incidents. Like for instance, Elon Musk started tweeting like at that time, like 1 or 2 times he did it. Why? The reason is Elon was like really pissed off because they actually shot at his Tesla also, right? So he was mad. Then at one point, I think what's his name? Andrew Tate, right? He also heard the story and he liked it because the Wall Street guys, the big guys got in trouble, right? So he also told people to buy it or something. Like I think recently, 2024, like I don't know, recently maybe he bought or something. So anyway, this is what the story, right? Now a lot of people involved, it's getting really serious, right? Okay, this is long story. After a long time, 2024, this is June now, but May incidents, right? Ryan Cohen actually sold, anyway, the company, you can read all those. So, sorry, it's company share, right? So he collected a lot of money to save the company. This is the CEO I am talking about. I'm sure a group of people working so hard in that company. That's why it's happening. Their ideas. Okay, they have some plan. I don't know what it is, right? Like a dividend or like crypto, or I'm not sure, AI, or I'm not sure what they are doing, right? Online something. So they gained, they collected some money so that no more bankruptcy, and they have some money and they have some plan. I don't know what that is, but then this roaring kitty in 2024 May, last 2 weeks back, he's back. How did he came back? Of course, he might have some restrictions, right? Like attorneys will say like you should not post anything, like he doesn't. Everybody will blame him. Does that make sense? Like people are finding a reason to blame others, right? So they blame him because he is the one making the stock manipulation and stuff like that. Anyway, so he did a tweet 2 weeks back. It's like, this is the picture. It's a modified picture from a previous one. So, he posted a modified picture. So this is showing like a guy playing video game, and after he was like playing for a long time and he's now paying attention. Okay, pay attention. It's time to focus. This is all. We need to read. It's like memes, right? Like, so you need to understand and read the information from that. Oh, I remember the next trading day, everybody started buying GameStop. And I remember at 6 a.m. when I wake up, the stock price was $80. I don't know. It was climbing. I remember in front of my eyes, it was like 40 or something like that. It climbed up to $80. For me, that's a funny story. That's why I wanted to tell you the stories, right? Always write your passwords and everything and put it in a book or iPhone or phone or something like that, right? For me, I didn't take care, I didn't look at my account for a long time. I remember 2021, I was actively doing learning trading and doing all these things. learn about options, everything I was doing. And I bought some stocks in my retirement profile. And I had about, I don't know, I invested $15,000. That's a money for my house down payment, right? So I was collecting, saving, that I put it in GameStop, right? I bought it in an account and I left it there. I thought that, okay, when it goes to double, I'll sell it to, I don't know, if it is 15,000, when it goes to 30,000, I'll sell it and buy my, pay for my house. That's not my plan. But that is 2021, 2022, 20, nothing happening, right? So I couldn't sell it. So anyway, I ended up in buying a house with anyway, bank loan and that kind of things. So 2 weeks back, when the price went to 80, I have to be honest with you, stupid me, I didn't sell it that time, because that's the time I'm looking at my account. I don't even remember my account number, nothing. I don't even remember, right? I was kind of like, I have Fidelity. Anyway, whatever the accounts I have, I was looking at different accounts and I couldn't figure it out. So what happened is, it went down like around, I think at 9:30, when this news market open, it went to like a 50 or something. I remember around 10:30 I sold for 50. That means I bought it for $39 and I sold it for, I got like a $10 benefit. Does that make sense? Like, it's like nothing. So I'm saying I'm not that smart enough to sell because I don't have that experience, right? You need to be like really aggressive and you need to be smart to do these kind of things. Like I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm talking about that little money, but my retirement, like I don't know, 100 stocks or something, my retirement has that, it is still there, luckily. Anyway, I'm talking about my story. Anyway, so it came down and it went down, and for last week it started crawling up like this. There is no changes. Nobody, I don't know whether nobody's buying or anything. I'm sure people are buying, but I cannot tell you why it is going straight. So nothing happened, right? Again, Roaring Kitty came back last Friday. Today's Monday, right? So last Friday he posted a reverse card saying like, it's like everything reversed. Now we are in charge, you are going to suffer, right? Similarly, like, I'm not talking about suffer. Something, whatever happened until now, that's not the game anymore. Now things are going to change. That's all we need to read from this card. And he posted this also on, I think it is on Sunday, right? Yes. He posted this saying June 2nd, today's June 3rd, right? 2nd, saying he has 5 million GameStop stocks. That's a lot, right? Does that make sense? That's a lot. Like, I remember getting, like, when I sold 100 shares, I was thinking about, like, wow, I got some $10 benefit, right? So similarly, like, that's a lot of money. If you can read all those numbers, right? And he has like 120,000 call option also, and some money, leftover money there. So everything he shared, that's all he did. He came back to his Twitter, like X, and shared this his portfolio, saying like, okay, I have this. Okay, this morning 6 a.m. when I opened the computer, I remember I heard this news on Sunday, so I was putting my alarm at 5:30, and I was so tired, so I fell asleep. So I didn't wake up at 6 a.m. at all. But when I woke up, I don't know, maybe at 7 or something, I saw it went so crazy up there. But remember, I sold my stock in the profile, and I actually bought an option for $25 or something. And that one I was looking, like, of course, I can sell it only at 9 a.m., right? By that time, it's actually people sold the stock, whoever. And at 9 a.m., this is what happened. 9:30, when the market opened, I was surprised. I spent about $300 for that stock option, it went to $1,000 or something. It's like threefold or fourfold or threefold, I think. That was like, that's a lot. Like I never had like that much exponential in as option. I never seen. I heard about that, but I never seen that in my life. So that was a new experience. But stupid me, I have to admit that I didn't sell it. I don't know. I'm just, it's kind of, I am learning. I'm like that kind of person. I'm very curious and learn things. But I was just sitting there and watching this thing going down and I didn't sell it. Oh my God. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. But hopefully I'll be fine to sell it or do something for tomorrow. But I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But what I'm saying is it crashed down. So crashing down, I don't think people like me is going to sell this stock. No. This is really manipulation. You can clearly see that. This happens in everything, right? So there is like, if, when you study about this in detail, you will understand. So people did, again, I believe this is naked shorting. Okay? That means other millions of stocks they bought and sold it so that people like me and you or whoever believe that, oh my God, market is or like, this stock is, nobody's going to care about this stock, so we will walk away. Maybe that's what they're in. So, but again, it stayed in 29. I don't know. I couldn't get time to look at German market or anything like it this evening. I have to look at it because I was preparing this video. So I am not sure what is happening tomorrow. Okay. So this is the story. So is it a short attack? Without any evidence, I cannot tell you. But based on my knowledge, it may be, because if somebody is saying like in, I'll tell you with the other pictures, right? So this is kind of really straight without any movement. And also an interesting thing happened today, right? That's the thing. Okay, so there is a rumor people talk about. These, of course, the rich people save money in like a very stable assets, right? Like people buy like, I'm from originally from India, like people buy like gold, right? Like really like rich people buy like tons of like some people have like a 1 kilo of gold and for each person, right? Like as like jewelry and all kind of things. So similarly, this in America, like all these rich investors and bankers, all their benefit, whatever they do short selling, all this big money, they will invest in blue chip stocks like Apple, Amazon, like Meta, all kind of things, right? But like like I cannot even imagine, dream about this, right? Berkshire Hathaway. So all these with the investment they will have. So the rumor is whenever they supposed to buy this, the stock back, or just before, they may sell it and fly away or move the investment to some other place, because they were hoping that GameStop is going to be bankrupt someday. But now, because with the evidence, this guy is mentioning that, okay, game is over. Now the things are not going to work like before. So there is something coming. So I am assuming somebody is selling something. That's what I am thinking. And also you can expect like big stock, some crash. Or to buy back this, to survive in United States, you need to buy back that short sold stocks, right? If you don't buy back, you cannot survive. So maybe they are preparing money to, I don't know, I'm not sure, but the rumor I heard before is like, or people talk about and writing is that once whenever they have to buy back these shares, they have to liquidate all their asset to make sure they have enough money to buy back the share. I am not sure that's what happened today. I am not sure about it. You have to read it. I didn't get time to read either. So this Berkshire came down to 181. I don't know. That's not like some computer mistake. That's what they're saying. But I can't believe like 99.97%. Anyway, you can read all those stories. So something is going on here. And Roaring Kitty this afternoon did an update. That's what I heard, but I didn't confirm that because I didn't get time today. And he still have that stocks, and he got all this, when he bought it for $20, now it is $30. So that many dollars benefit he have, you can read all those. Who is the culprit? Media is blaming Roaring Kitty because, of course, who is the media? All these rich people pay the media, right? Of course, that's what, like millions of dollars every year they give donation, so that they will these media people will protect these whoever giving donation, right? Then only they will get donation again next year. Similarly, like these people who are news readers, not everybody is honest because those people are invited by these people. Like I know a couple of incidents, like my friends. So that's why I'm saying, like they get invitation to like these rich, big, like Wall Street, like, or like big hedge fund and investors places, and they get like a expensive gift and all kind of things, right? So that's why they will always support these people. So they're blaming Roaring Kitty and the retail investors, the people who are buying the stock. Like, okay, I didn't know anything. Okay, I just looked at the things and stock was cheap, so I bought. Like, stock was not cheap when I bought, right? But I bought it, like I thought, let me try. So I bought like little bit money, right? It's not like I have a lot of money I invested. No, not like that. I just bought something to just test it. Similarly, so the people who bought is in the bad guys, right? That's what they're saying. That's not the truth. So you cannot blame Roaring Kitty for that. You cannot. The reason is, why I'm saying is, I remember another stock, right? PLTR or Palantir. Kathy Wood, she's an ARK investor, right? So this lady, she is the ARK lady. So I remember when I was in 2021, she used to boost this stock like so much. Every other day she will be in all the channels, and because she bought like, I don't know, millions of dollars of Palantir in, I don't know, $10 or something, and she boosted it up to 30 or something, right? 35 something. I remember buying for $35 or something like that. So then at some point, I don't know which point, I heard that sometime she sold the stocks. So that means then nobody blame her to, because she said that, and people start buying all this stuff. So similarly, you cannot blame people who are, of course, you have the right to say that what you are buying and what you think it is good or bad, right? I have my own opinion, you have your own. So you have a freedom, right? So that's not the reason. But the real culprit is naked short sellers. Nobody is going to, like, they are not ready to admit that. Somebody have to have backbone and just stand up and say that you are the bad guys, right? I'm not sure why they are not doing that. Someday, these younger generation, they are not like older people, right? They are like really, because of internet, right? All these resources, people are doing the research, and everything is exposed now. You cannot hide. Old days they will use the bicycle and go to the stock market and take the each printout, transfer from one place to another. That's not what's happening nowadays. You and me can buy stock from my home, right? Our home. Like, you don't have to go to New York City Stock Exchange to do the things, right? Things are different. Things changed. Similarly, everything is exposing now. Like, you cannot do anything secret. Everything has a trail, right? So therefore, it's not all way. So now what? GameStop, what is going to happen? I am not sure. I'm still waiting to see what is going to happen. Something is coming. That's what something is burning, but I'm not sure what that is. I am not at all, like, no idea what is going to happen. Because if they can manipulate the stock up to here, like, that means they spend thousands or millions of dollars to buy stocks again and put it in market. That means they can, think about it, 2021, 2022, 2023, this is 2024. 3 years they completely use that power to buy and manipulate. If they can extend 3 years, they can extend, I don't know, 30 years maybe. But they are doing, like, think Ryan Cohen or somebody or their board members or something is going on. GameStop is doing something. Okay, why is it important? I'll tell you. Do I buy this stock again? So let's look at it. I will wait. I'll tell you the reason. So why everybody is panicking is, today is 3rd, Monday 3rd, and 11th of June is our, there is a, I think it is a GameStop's earning report or something like that. I have to look at it actually. So earnings report is on 11th after market hours, right? Tuesday evening. So after the earnings report, that day they are going to release something. I'm sure there is something is going to say that. I don't know which day if there is a dividend, or I'm not sure what is going to happen. So that is going to change something. I'm not sure though. Okay. Otherwise, why is it this Roaring Kitty? Somehow he got this information from somewhere, or maybe he's a part of this team. I'm not sure. So his option expiring date is June 21st. Here is the thing. Of course, he publicly said this, right? June 21st is his date. But my worry is, because did you see today how they manipulated this stock? Similarly, they can do they can make sure to keep that stock before 20, because they are so powerful, because these are market makers. They are so powerful to do that. But we will see what is going to happen. Everything is based on this day. What is happening in that earnings call, that is what the result. That's what I understood. Then, like I said, right, they manipulated and bring back this stock price to 30 today from 50, right? Around like a 47 something, 50 to 30 easily. And then, I don't know, maybe they can do tomorrow 30 to 20 or to 10. I'm not sure about it. And I don't know whether big rich people will start buying, so it can go high also. I have no idea. We will wait and see. So even though I have all these things, I learned myself, and I'm still trying to learn. So I cannot say all these name, RSI, all kind of things, MACD, all kind of things. Of course, if you read some stuffs and listen to, you have everything in YouTube, right? You can learn everything without somebody's help. But if you have time and learn, it will be easy. But why I put this picture is, this is the thing I missed. I never bought GameStop at like last month or something. It was $12, like $10 or something. I didn't have money because I bought this new house, and I'm really tight. Like, I don't have anything to spend, right? So I didn't buy. If it ever come back to 10, I will definitely buy a lot. But at $20, I don't know I can afford to buy that either. I'm not sure. Let's see. So I don't want it to come back to 20 either, because I have options I bought, and I would like to sell it because it is, anyway. So I have some stocks, but I cannot use that money even if I sold it anytime. It is in the retirement account, so I'm gonna save it like that. Let's see what's gonna happen. So why I prepared this video is, I want you to learn things. People think that like, oh, I'm a housewife, or I'm somebody, I don't have to do, or I don't have the ability to do things. No. If you can read and write, you can get it. Like, if you can save little bit money and just invest and buy one thing and just keep it there. Like I bought, like I told you, like I bought like 100 something shares of GME in 2021, and I left it in my retirement account, right? Like similarly, like you can buy like Apple, like okay, anyway, we will talk some other time. But I was telling like, about the options, right? Like I never seen like that. Of course I buy, and I don't know how to buy options and sell options before, but now I learned that you're supposed to buy like a leap option if you are especially an early like a trader, right? If you don't know much about things, leap option, if you buy, you can sell it, you have time then, right? So anyway, so I remember buying for I think the June option is actually like it boost into like it's really high. That's like that surprised me though. So learn about stocks and option. This is not rocket science. It's very simple. I would like you to like save $100 every month and put it in your account. Everybody, anybody can open, like if you are more than 18 years of age or something, you give an ID, driver's license and things to the different brokerage account, call them and tell that I would like to invest this one. Then you buy one by one, right? I want you to learn that. It is very easy. I learned it so that you can learn it too. You should do that. Even if it is in any countries, you don't have to be live in United States. All the countries have stock markets, so you can do that. It would be great to you will feel financially free. Of course it is a learning process, so you should not take like a big chunk of money like from the retirement and start investing and start learning. Not like that, I'm not telling that, but 100 or like something like that, very little money, you can start learning. Take time, 1 or 2 3 years, you will learn a lot. Okay, that's what my advice. And like there are blue chip stocks like Apple, Google, those are like established company, right? Like a big guys are depositing money there, and they have like a retinal display. These are like a unique things, right? Google, like everybody in the world googling, right? Amazon, right? These are like really strong company. Tesla, like I know my friends don't like Tesla, but I like it because it is like a robot taxi, all kind of things, like a lot of ideas Elon has. And robot taxi is a big thing, right? Like I think Cybertruck, those are like really cool one. I think Tesla will survive. And Nvidia is the newest. That's what I was thinking, right? Like I wanted to make a YouTube short for Nvidia. That's what I was thinking last week. But I have a feeling that that stock may be manipulated too. Usually, like, okay, why Nvidia is very super, like, cool, people always talk about. Maybe if you don't know, if you never heard about, Google and figure it out. Nvidia, like, it's like artificial intelligence. This is like a dot-com bubble. Like, remember when first people got internet and a cell phone, TV, telephone. Remember that time everybody thought that, oh my god, that's just nobody going to use. No. Remember, now we cannot live without a cell phone, right? Everybody have all this technology. Similarly, the future will be filled with artificial. It's like internet. We are using internet every day, right? Similarly, we will be using artificial intelligence for multiple purposes in future. So the artificial intelligence is going to be a big thing in, I don't know, maybe in a couple of years. So Nvidia proved that in their last earnings that like it's a big thing. So that's what, like, I like I told you, like I didn't know that, because until this GameStop thing somewhere it popped up. That's the time I was looking at, right? I was so busy because I moved, I got a new job and I got a house, so I didn't have time to look at anything. But now I heard that about Nvidia, and I started noticing, and just before earnings it was 930 or something like that. And after listening to all the things, like, and then looking at everything, I realized artificial intelligence is a big thing, right? So they can, usually I never buy any option or stock or anything like that, but I took a risk, and the whatever money I got from the GameStop stock, I bought an option for at around 930 or something, and I could have wait for, it went to 1150, right? Oh, I am like stupid me. I just sold it in, I think, 960 or 80 or somewhere. I have just sold it. I sold it for ah, little bit. But later I saw that it was booming, that price went. But I'm okay. It's okay. I should not regret about it. But I'm saying um, I don't own this stock. I am not bold enough to buy this stock now. Also, it's expensive. It's like more than $1,000 one stock. But maybe you know that stock split is coming. 10 stocks, so the one into 10 stocks. So that time the price will be $100, right? 100 whatever plus. But I'm assuming like all the stocks, these after stock split, there'll be a pullback, like a stock price will go. That means people take their money back. Some of them sell it. So in that time, I may buy it. Like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I wish it comes to $80 sometime. That means after this split, right? They split into 10 pieces, $100 each. So if it pull back to 80, that would be great. Like it's like $800 range, right? I could have buy. I'm not sure. Why I'm saying I'm going to buy this stock is it's going to go like, I don't know, tenfold in next 10 years. That's what I believe. It can easily go to like thousands of dollars, like easily, because this is because multiple countries are buying from them, chips and all kinds. So anyway, so this is a long video. Hope I didn't bore you, and it's based on my little knowledge, whatever I acquired. I'm explaining this to you, okay? So Nvidia, oh, this is what I was talking about. I bought right here and sold somewhere here, but the stock went all the way there. But I am still new to market, so I cannot give you any financial advice. But I will never say that to buy this stock or something. But if you have extra money, you can do research and take a decision, okay? Invest your pennies, that will help you for your future. Never try to, get like bank, the loans or credit card debts. Those are really, really bad. If you really wanted to buy something and if you don't have money, you have to get loans, but interest rates are very high. Think about like 100%. $100,000, if it is 5% interest, that means you need to give $5,000 every month to them. If you borrow $200,000, you are giving $10,000 to this bank. It means every year you are losing $10,000, right? So that's a lot of money if you think about. People usually don't think about that when they get bank loan. I think about all those because I used to help people. So whenever I used to get money, I'll just give to people and help people. So when I needed something and I wanted a house, and when I wanted something, I don't have anybody to help. So that's the time I thought that, oh my God, these things are important, right? Money is important, people important for a comfortable life. So not for to greed or anything, right? So it would be helpful if you are a housewife or a man or a woman or whichever, like a student or like everybody have your own, at least little bit, instead of shopping or eating out or watching movie and spending time. It would be great if you can learn something, right? I believe anybody can use this opportunity to learn and invest your money, and you can make some money actually every month or every other month. You can get a little bit money. Where there is a will, there is a way. So go make some money. All the best, and hope you will like this video. You let me know your comments. Hope you understood whatever I explained to you, okay? Because it's based on my experience, and I don't know what is happening to GameStop, but even if something happened, I won't be able to use the money now. But if I can sell it for some money. Someday I can use it for my retirement. That's what my hope. If not, I will save it as an investment. I'm not sure. But someday I will get enough money to buy all these blue chips like all these big guys. I'm not sure. Let's see. I have hope. I will talk to you some other time with another topic. Bye bye.